All right. My name is Alex. This is another episode of the Sit Down on the Hip Hop Guru. And today we have a very special guest, Una Mia.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for allowing us to be in your space. So, I wanted to say congratulations on the debut show.
Thank you.
How does it feel to have this and be in this moment? And
It feels absolutely amazing. I'm extremely grateful that it's sold out and, that everything's set up, everything's going smoothly, but it really feels full circle because I actually opened for Russell, another Toronto artist, here about like 2 years ago in April. And it's just really surreal coming back and it being my own headline show. So it just makes me really happy. Yeah.
what's going through your mind right now? What's the
Whew, I mean, a part of me really feels like I manifested this because I was meditating on it for weeks and preparing and just putting the good vibes out there. So, mainly gratitude and excitement. Maybe I was a little nervous earlier, but now I feel more excited.
so you're
Yeah.
big on manifestation.
Yeah,
So like you speak everything into existence and then you believe that it'll like kind of come true to light.
I do actually. And it's genuinely magical seeing the power of manifestation because you really trust the universe and believe in things going your way when you invest all the time and the belief in it. So yeah, I feel like this whole process was a result of manifestation and of taking a risk with my dreams.
No, absolutely. So let's bring it all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
You were born in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
all right? And parents are from Bosnia.
Yes.
So talk about like growing up in a family that is new to the country and everything like that. And
Yeah. Well, yeah, my parents immigrated here from Bosnia, and I actually grew up with my mom in a little town called Belleville. We moved away from Toronto like maybe a few years after I was born, and I did come back continuously, but Belleville was where we lived, and definitely a lot of adjusting, like you know, some imposter syndrome, but you find your community, you find your people, and I feel really connected to my culture and just yeah, the Bosnian culture, Serbian culture as a whole, because I grew up listening to lots of music from there, and food, people, like it's really ingrained in me, and of course, like I found my own resources from music and fell in love with R&B and pop and all that. But I definitely grew up listening to a lot of folk, like Balkan folk.
Balkan
And
folk music, yeah.
yeah,
What's that like?
it's lit. It's awesome. It's very rhythmic
Hmm.
and really joyful. And my mom also played a lot of Balkan rock.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so just I grew up listening to that kind of groove and applying it and like letting it influence my own musical knowledge. So
So you have a
yeah.
lot of like musical background in the family as well.
Well, I'd say like nobody in my immediate family plays instruments or is a musician or singer or anything like that. But
Hmm.
music was always present in my house growing up. Like my mom played it in the car, in the house. It was just kind of like a general energy that was always
Hmm.
there. So
So you grew up listening to a lot of like R&B that your mom was playing as well.
yeah, my mom, she put me on blues like from a really early age, and like Chicago blues artists,
Hmm.
like Muddy Waters, Etta James, and um, she also played a lot of like you know R&B pop, like Beyonce and Justin Timberlake, like big stars. So I grew to really appreciate the superstars, and yeah, throughout high school, I think I started to pick out my own niches and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. Because you also did a lot of like vocal lessons from like 8 to 18 as well, right?
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
And that was really helpful. I just remember moving to Belleville, and I had a really close friend who her family, like all the siblings were enrolled in like different extracurriculars, and I was like, I should put myself in something. And voice was the first thing I gravitated to, but there wasn't much of an R&B scene really in Belleville, so
Hmm.
there was classical voice lessons, and I just said, why not? And I grew to really like it, and I like that I got to nurture it in private. It was just like one-on-one classes, and then when my mom was working, because she worked a lot of late nights and stuff, I would literally just sing in my house all the time, and it was like a moment of peace and like joy for me, I guess you could say. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. So
Thank you.
you also said with your family too, like they saw music as like a hobby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was it for you that you knew that music would be something you wanted to pursue as like a full-time career?
Well, when I was 6, like I literally would just say like I'm gonna be a singer. Like I just really loved it. But then as you get older and there's pressure for you to decide a career, there's a lot of people and external sources that are like, come on, like it's just a hobby, and kind of playing it down, not taking it seriously, especially if they don't see you like doing your craft. And
Mhm.
then, especially as like a young person, you sometimes influences you and gets to you. And I put it on the back burner for a long time, and I did it as a hobby. But in my third year of university at Queen's, I was studying English, and I felt like I was out of place there and in
Mhm.
my life, and it was affecting me. And um, I started posting random music videos and
The covers and all
the
that too.
covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one day like actually my landlord was like, "What are you doing, girl? Like I have a feeling you don't want to be here." And yeah, so the result of me posting attracted a lot of attention, fortunately, from different people, and I ended up connecting with Ty, and he helped get the ball rolling a lot, and kind of started from there.
How was that with Ty convincing your mom that, the music is something that you should go for?
Oh man, it took some time. Like he really helped me strengthen that belief in myself, and like I always believed, but just having that support was extremely helpful. But I think it was just seeing the things kind of roll out in real time, like releasing music, seeing great traction from it. I think that's kind of what really helped my mom, and just seeing how much joy I'm getting from it obviously makes her happy too. So I'm just excited to keep going.
So you have a very rare story as an artist where you were able to debut your song on Colors, right?
Yes.
So Lose You, that one goes insane. Everyone's posting it. How
Thank
is
you.
it like being in that moment? Because I saw your video where you guys did the vlog.
Mm-hmm.
How was it like going through that journey and then being able to be on a platform like that to debut like as an artist?
You know what? Speaking of manifestation earlier, I actually had colors in the middle of my vision board. I have this big vision board, and I put it there like 2022. And thankfully, the dots connected, and management was really helpful, and the colors team loved the music, and they just happened to pick my first single because we kind of had a plan, and
Oh, they picked it.
they picked
Oh
it.
wow, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was a surreal experience. Like I've never, I think, yeah, it was the city, Berlin. I've never been to Berlin before, so um, yeah, no complaints. It was crazy walking in and being like, oh my god, this is where they do it. And yeah, I prepared. I worked with a movement coach and just a lot of preparation, but I'm really grateful for the outcome of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And then you go and do, Better Care goes crazy too. And
Thank you.
so, all that manifestation, you're truly believing in yourself. And the debut album, EP, sorry, Airborne, it's
Mhm.
about taking flight with your dreams.
Yeah.
So talk about and it took you 3 years to get the development of this project completed.
Yeah.
Talk about like the reason behind also the photo for the cover art and then the
Mhm.
album and the whole overall direction with it.
Yeah. So I feel like when I started this, I was just a girl coming out of her shell. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to do music, and I was taking a huge risk with this.
Hmm.
But I find that artist development is just goes hand in hand with personal development, and it gave me a lot of time to reflect on my adolescence and becoming my own hero. I feel like
Hmm.
I learned how to be more sure of myself and have more confidence in my decisions in life and more autonomy, because I used to let people influenced me so much. I feel like I was way more naive, you could say.
Hmm.
And it's really a story about empowerment, because, I made this decision. I have control of my life and I create my life. So Airborne was just a metaphor for taking flight and getting off the ground with your dreams, and yeah, telling people that it's possible when you actually really believe in yourself. So yeah.
No, absolutely. Like this album's like centered around healing and taking back personal freedom
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
all that, right? So, which song for you was like the most personal to create?
The most personal, I would say, either Sorry for You or Promised Land. Um, Promised Land is about like the very beginning, and it's just about having faith because you start from nowhere, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really just saying like, I know one day I will reach this promised land or this like ideal destination,
Mm-hmm.
and just really embracing the journey even if you don't know what that's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And Sorry for You is really personal too, just because it's like letting go of, you know, a relationship that might be bittersweet, but you feel like it's necessary and healing in a way. So yeah,
No, absolutely. So for you, what does it mean to be your own hero?
it just means stepping in your power and trusting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the advice I would give anyone. Just like have faith and trust yourself and act on that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys did all these music videos for the project within like a 7-day span.
Yes.
How was that?
It was like a music video boot camp,
Yeah.
honestly. And it was my first time doing music videos, but just like with colors, we, you know, invested in preparing for it. And yeah, it was back to back. I think I did like 2 music videos one day, 3 the next, 2 the next, or something like that. And then yeah, wrapped it up. But it just showed me that I can do this, you know.
You're like, I got this. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was fun, honestly. Like especially with nothing, it was just like kind of freestyling, and it was shot in double time, so I had to move really fast so
Yeah.
it could be slowed down, but it turned out good.
So you have a lot of cool the videos are very unique, and like every single video tells a story. What do you look for in creative direction when you're putting together a short film?
Well, first and foremost, I look for passion, just people who really actually are insightful and want to see it through properly. But yeah, just something that isn't too literal, I guess. And even if we are telling a story more literally, like just something that has a certain grace to it. And like I like playing with themes and exploring just like new ways of doing things. Yeah.
No, that's cool. So what has been like the biggest lesson on your path of inner healing?
Biggest lesson? That's a really good question. Um, Maybe just don't get too caught up in like external perception or like kind of I think it's important to have tunnel vision about what you want, because like especially when you're starting out, or if anyone's starting out, I feel like you're going to get 1,000 opinions.
Yeah.
And as long as you obviously like, I think it's good to be open to criticism to a certain extent, but not to the point where it clouds your own vision. So yeah, just like be focused on your vision and really just listen to the people that you trust and that you know are there for you. So.
You know, it's crazy because especially when you put out music to the world, it's like there's so much emotion that goes into it, and you
Yeah.
share with everybody. It's really hard to like let that go, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And like in anything that you do, it's like you're only crazy until it works, and then you're a genius.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
and
it's true.
everybody's like, oh, okay, you're not going to do the music thing. Then you do it and it works. And everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm happy you went through with it, kind of thing, right?
Facts.
So that all that matters at the end of the day is really what you believe that you're doing is right. And you're on that path now. So congratulations to
Thank
you.
you so much.
So, you know, knowing everything that you know now, if you were to go back and tell yourself some advice, what would it be at the beginning?
I would tell myself just, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but maybe just keep going, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's going to be setbacks, and maybe just let any like figurative blows or punches just kind of roll off your shoulders, and it's just part of the process. You just don't let it get to you and keep going.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. So on your song "Sorry for You," there's a beautiful part with your mother's voice recording from the phone call.
Yeah.
You know, and she says so many nice things in that.
Mm-hmm.
How is it having your mom in your corner supporting you like that?
Oh, it's really fulfilling and super wholesome for me, because it shows obviously how far we've come, like in our own relationship, and having her full belief like that. I mean, she's always supported me in different ways, but like for her to see where this is at right now and saying those words, like it means a lot to me, and I'm just excited for her to like watch it all unfold. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And then when people listen to Unamia, what do you want them to experience?
I want them to feel empowered. I'm always really happy when people connect through personal experience. Like we've all gone through heartbreak. We've all gone through self-doubt, but I want them to know that overcoming it is always on the other side and is always possible. Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And if there's something that the fans don't know about you, what would you want them to know?
I guess like a little fun fact would be I'm such an astrology nerd. I look deep into the natal chart. I'm not like an expert, but anyone who's willing to chat astrology with me, I'm always open to that. So yeah.
See, I know nothing about astrology, so
It's all good. I'll teach you. I'll teach you something
God bless. That's amazing.
for sure.
That's another episode of the Sit Down. God bless.